Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. So you are making the satsang, not me. If you have any question, if you still search, if there is still something which has to be solved, as you think, don't hesitate to be urgently finished. Yeah?
I have a question, Ganga. The last satsang, you gave me an answer, and that was that your words are, I used the word bullshit, which I would like to say that it's not so for me. Where can one like me turn to but to the scriptures and to the Buddhas or to the Nalanda University where people speak about the subject and debate about the subject, where I'm not quiet at all. I'm actually very drawn to satsang, drawn to you, and I would not know where else to turn to.
Yeah, of course, that's why this is created. Huh? But also, it doesn't mean that this is a more real space than any other space on this planet. The particularity of this is to hear this is also as illusory in nature than anything else. That you will not hear in some other groups or surroundings. That's the only particularity, and that's why it's called a satsang. Otherwise you call it a group, a club, a sect, whatever. You see? It's just to be one day. It may take time, it may not. One day to hear. But of course I'm always myself. Why I am searching what? And as long as this is not effective, you will come to satsang because you have questions, you wonder why still you search, or you need more clarity about the search. That's why we are together. And that's what the Buddhas were doing. Otherwise they were quiet also. I mean, they didn't speak necessarily all the time, or they were speaking some other subject. So, which question remains about that?
That I don't hear you. Something in me is not hearing.
Okay. And what about if it is not about hearing, it is about being what you already are? Can you lose? You see, in your life, you know this experience to lose many things. You lose friends, you lose surroundings, you lose gurus, you lose parents, you lose so many things, yeah? You lose places, you lose your moods, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. All that range, which is very vast in creativity, you can lose. They appear, they disappear. They have a beginning, they have an end. So, just see what you cannot lose, and don't see it, but just be aware that it must happen somewhere to be aware of it. And that I am. that which cannot be lost, that you cannot negate, that which you cannot negate. Try. Negate absolutely. Negate the Buddhas. Negate the history of satsang and of philosophy, of spirituality. You can negate those. You may not like it. You may be afraid to do it. But you can do. You can do. And every night you do it. Negate everything you can. Don't worry, you can never lose yourself. That which remains, it's what you are. It's what you search so much for. It's what you dedicate your life to finally hear this. But one is attached to ideas. One is attached because of fear also. Oh, it's so sacred, I cannot touch that one. Do touch. Whatever can be touched, touch it.
So you say every night I'm
when you sleep.
Yeah, so when I wake up, why don't I stay in it then?
Because you love those things. First of all, what's waking up? Senses, memories, all those things which makes a personality. And you love it. Otherwise you may not wake up and you die in the sleep. You love it, you grip it. Or something makes it continue. And if you have not demystified the ephemerity of all that, you still believe it's real. The sleep happens to somebody still, huh? Don't worry, even if there is nobody in the sleep. So who knows there is nobody there? Or at least there is nothing there. Who knows that? What knows that? We cannot objectify it. And this is here, even now, when we are busy now with thoughts and images. But it's not objectified, but it's there. That's what you are. But as long as you want to grasp an experience, I have to experience enlightenment, the knowledge and all that, you continue to remain in states which will anyway appear all the time, but you will not confuse, you will not have a search about it anymore. So you are stuck in I don't hear you. Yeah?
But I'm basically stuck, yes. Not even
I don't hear you. It's a thought. It's a thought. It's an experience. To be stuck is an experience. Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an experience. So there is an experiencer there. So now, what is cannot be touched by anything, by any negation, destruction, and whatnot. It will be to somebody that will belong to somebody. Now somebody is stuck. What I speak about, I try to point out, which will it be to somebody, about somebody? You have to say no, because if you say yes, then again You have to hear it better, that's true. Ah, shit. Let me drink. No, it's okay. If you know that you can touch everything, touch the sacred, especially that, what is sacred? Touch it. That is freedom. And don't go to be not secret also. Just touch everything without adding a conclusion, without jumping on a new concept. Touch everything. Go on. Rinpoches, Buddhas, Ramana, Babaji, in your case, Ganga. You can touch everything. Because what you will touch is a history, is a story, is a form, is a name. What's freedom? To be freed from the tyranny, the bondage that one keeps with this history, story, form and names. Hmm? And those who you admire and love so much in the history are exactly those who have touched everything. And they are freed from it. Freed means not bound. It doesn't mean it doesn't appear. Everything appears as before and disappears, of course. Mm-hmm. So what you don't want to touch? That will be interesting.
Yeah, it looks like to me, with your question, that I always look at the ones, like the Buddha, like at you, like at the ones I love so much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't turn it towards me. I keep on putting it outside of myself. On the ones like
Okay,
you.
let it be outside, because anyway it is outside. And then you are freed from them. It's outside.
Yet, it doesn't, yeah.
Yet what?
Yet what? How could I even know? I mean, you're the one who, and they are the one.
No, this is a
Who puts me on
superfluous
it.
question. That is a superfluous question. You said very well, yeah, they are outside of me. Okay. Let them be outside. And be left where you can see they are outside of me. Be there. As you are anyway. But be as you are. You heard this one?
Yes, I've heard it.
Okay. You don't like it? You prefer a story which will bring you in the history of the Buddhas.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, it's your preference. But then no, because of your preference, you still want to search.
That hurts, that's separation.
So you suffer, because of your preference you suffer. I tell you that preference is suffering itself, because you don't keep outside what you just saw to allow you to actually just wake up to where you always have been. It is your choice.
I always hear it's my choice from you, and yet I then feel like a failure because I don't know how to choose.
I don't know to choose. You know what you want, no? You know why you are here. And here is to hear, be as you are. And I even give you a clue. Keep everything which is dearest to you, it looks, keep it outside as it is outside. Be freed from believing you have always to hook at that. That's all I tell. I don't tell you to make them disappear. I don't tell you to make them reject them, nor to accept them. I just want you to have that you have a blink on, something remains beside of all of those things. That's what I am. Bas! Then everything, the history ends here. That's what one wants when he comes here, normally. And yet, I say, I encourage, if there is still a question which remains about that, ask. But at some point, it can also happen that nothing is there anymore enough valuable to ask. Yeah, please. You take the mic. Hi, George.
Hello. May I share with you some writings that I
if you like.
sent to someone?
Okay.
May I share with you?
Yeah. It's short.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I would like, if you wish to comment.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see.
So.
Can you speak more in the mic?
Yes. Yes, I quite understand.
So you start now to read?
No, I wrote this letter.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
And I would like, I ask
Yeah, I understood.
to share with you.
Yeah.
And then, if you wish, you comment.
Yes.
I would like.
Yes.
So, yes, I quite understand the nature of mind is thinking. And if you live thinking and thinking, you don't live, you think. Any thought, any belief any concept or idea comes from the past. Yes, thinking is the nature of the mind. If I am totally aware of the movements of my mind, I do not confuse myself with my thoughts, mind. The realm of mind is delusion. Do not trust in your thoughts. They are like clouds. They come to mind and disappear. Yes, I understand you. My mind also troubles me, but it troubles because I am not enough aware to observe in each moment that I am not these thoughts. I am not any actor of the movie.
Listen.
Sorry. I am not any actor of the movie that runs. Sorry. I am not any actor of the movie that runs in my head, in my mind.
But listen, why do you mix affirmation with if? If I am aware, but I am not aware every moment.
Because I tell you, because this is my problem.
Yeah,
I am not
exactly.
aware each moment.
Yeah. Who told you you have to be aware each moment? Who told you that? Where in a respectable scriptures is it written? It is not written. They just say, be awareness itself or be as you are. They don't say every moment. They don't bring time here. And if the time appears once for all you know, it is time, and then what? What can you do with time if your body lives? That itself is time, and then what? You have not to hear more, because you have a knowledge which is mixed with the bullshit of non-understanding. You have a knowledge. This is a fruit of many years of satsang, okay? I understand. But the knowledge is glued to you and is twisted because it still comes from a clarity of mind. So, to remove the glue, to be identified with a clear mind, which has degrees, you just have to see that you are always yourself, that your mind denies it or not. That you are so-called aware of it or not. You are always yourself. Otherwise, this awareness is again put as something special in the mind. Why don't you drop this knowledge that you acquired, that you understood, so there is some twist also, just to see what can I do more now? I know this, and that's a question, and yet nothing happens. Of course, because it will not be the result of any knowledge. Sometimes it may take time, and sometimes you may need knowledge during your search. But if you want to be freed from the search, which is the goal after all, is to be freed from beliefs, and the mind is a belief if it is taken for real, you have to come to this fact. I'm always myself. I will not figure it out, because then I fall into right knowledge. I don't need even a confirmation from my mind. Okay. Then but it doesn't look like the enlightenment I as a concept.
Yeah.
Drop it.
I understand that I must drop any idea about any.
Yes. Then do it now.
I don't search,
But if you don't search, then why you tell that? Why you? If you don't search, what is the drive to come here? What is the drive to ask a question about this? Why there is this limitation? I'm not always aware. If you don't search.
There are thoughts that come in the mind, and I suppose that I identify with something.
It doesn't matter. We all will identify at some point. We all identify. Do you think I care if I am witnessing? Oh, I'm in a satsang, I witness, I am taking a bottle, I witness, I am sitting here, you are there. All that drops with the search. All that drops when the seeker has been seen for what it is, just an image of oneself. I'm not that. I'm not that.
Yes, but I know that I'm not this body and the thoughts and the mind. I know
But then
myself is not this body. It is
but
not
then
this mind.
but then don't search. Yeah, you don't need to repeat that endlessly. Just honor to finally not to be bound by the activities, the activation of your mind about the search. It's not an obligation to be a seeker. It's not an obligation. Drop it. Drop it.
Yes, I don't have this.
Then what makes you speak?
What happens is that my mind is
busy.
very busy.
Yeah. Okay.
But I know that.
But then doesn't matter.
I know that I'm.
Doesn't matter. One has a busy mind, was a lazy mind, was a stupid mind, was a smart mind. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
Yes. I'm very happy to meet you, George.
Oh, I'm very. Thank you.
Yeah. You wrote also.
To be welcome is an important habit in my life.
So today you may know something else.
And somebody said to me, drop that idea
Oh.
and just be.
And then I don't need to speak. Okay.
And then I saw that there came a story up from years ago, right out of the Bible, that Moses, the man who brought the Israeli people from Egypt
Mm-hmm.
to the promised land.
Mm-hmm.
And when the captivity of Egypt is far away, and the promised land also far away, then he has problems with the people and himself, and he decided to ask. He goes on the mountain, Horeb, and asks God what he have to do.
Yeah.
He received stone tablets,
Codes.
and then he asked, when I bring the tablets to my people, to whom, and they ask, where have you this received? From whom? What can I say then? And then God says, my name is I am.
Mm.
And in the same chapter of the Bible, there's another word what follows me years ago. And that is choose life. You can choose
your life.
to be in the
Yeah. I
captivity.
become or I am in captivity or in freedom. Yeah. Okay.
And that was very agitating yesterday to see that after each other. There's 3 stories.
Yeah.
And is that also the mind who makes this story?
The story maybe, but I am. Is it in story? I am. Is it in a story? Just be that. God had no relation, no? That's why he can say I am. And God was not in Egypt. I mean, he was everywhere, but he was not in Egypt nor in the Promised Land. He was just where there was no location. That's where someone could hear, I am. So, from there, let the story appear or not, it doesn't matter anymore. Anyone has anybody wants to say something? Or anybody doesn't want to say something? No? Then what shall we do? If you're searching, I find that you have to ask something. If you are not searching, what's going on? What do you like? What makes you calm? I would like to hear, because you see, when for me my master passed away, so it was very natural not to go anywhere anymore. I am not yet passed away. So, are you coming still? So tell me why. I would be interested. If you search, of course, but if you don't search, what's going on? I like to hear.
Yes, I come because somehow I just enjoy hearing your words.
You have champagne. He knew he will be happy today. Yes, you enjoy. Yes.
Like
That is
my heart
acceptable.
is just resonating when you speak, even when you don't speak.
This is acceptable.
Yes. And I just also I enjoy this event of coming together in the name of unnamed. Somehow I love this.
That's
moment
very
of-
personal, yeah.
What?
That's very personal.
Yeah.
Some they don't enjoy. Yeah, so for you
I
it's
just
good. Yeah.
Also, I just I love to watch also how you care for everyone and how you like.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
to forget me.
Yes, but no, but I'm one. I just.
Okay.
No, how you
Okay.
take everyone. So
Yeah, okay.
this is my situation.
Maybe it was a question too much.
You wanted to hear.
Something new. Very nice. Oh! So, anyway.
I have nothing to say, but if you ask this question, I will answer, I don't come.
Mm-hmm. You are Zenish. Yeah, nobody came actually. Very true. Still, I hope that once we will have the chai, when you drink the chai, you drink the chai. Yeah. You know that story? Papaji was invited by Deshimaru in a restaurant. It happened that I was a close disciple of Papaji, so I was sitting in between. And Deshimaru, knowing very well that Papaji was vegetarian and non-alcoholic, he said, with the wine, "When I drink wine, very triumphantly." And then Papaji made it, "When I drink water, I drink water." It was great. It had nothing to do anyway. but I had a preference. Okay. So, a few new ones are there? You want to ask something? Don't be shy, it's like that. It's. No. You are well, comfortable with your search, with the way you seek and will find. Okay, that's.
Well, I could ask one.
Yeah, you are not obliged, but if you are here.
Hello. Yes, it is my first time here.
Okay.
I'm very comfortable with living my life just as easy as it is, and not searching. But sometimes there comes this guilt about people in the world not being in this position.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to do with this feeling.
It's a human feeling, natural human feeling. You do as you like about it. It has nothing to do with the subject. It's just, as I said, some people are more charismatic than others. Some like to help by temperament. You do as you like. Okay. Ready? Chai? Thank you.